Hello there. So in today's video I've actually come to a local walk called Longridge Fell and Jeffrey Hill. I'm hoping to get a few images in. It's a nice clear sunny day, as you can see, but I'm hoping to get some images out of it. More than anything, it's just nice to have a little walk. Now it is quite blustery and windy today, so I hope you can hear me over the noise. I am testing the mic cover on this new vlogging camera. I've also acquired myself a cheaper drone, the DJI Neo. So I want to try and get some aerial footage in, even though it's quite windy, and hope the drone doesn't blow away. And apparently the Neo 2 does handle high wind better, so we'll see what happens. I'm not going to take too many risks though, because my little girl has she's already laid claim to the DJI Neo when I do get the Neo 2, so I'm going to try not to lose it. So let's get to the top of this hill. It's not a steep hill, but it's enough in this wind to let you know you're walking. Now there is, this isn't the best time of year to come here, not for photography anyway. The heather isn't out yet, it's all brown at the moment, but there is some nice woodland at the top. I'm hoping to get some nice close-up mossy shots, and maybe subdue the colours in the background a bit. I'm also hoping to get some photos looking over Parlick Pike, which is west of me from here. Even though it's sunny day, it's quite hazy in the distance, so we'll see what we can get. Okay, so I've made it up to Longridge Fell Trigpoint. Absolutely stunning views up here. Now, first shot I want to get, there's some nice green trees over there. I want to get a view of them in the foreground with these mountains in the background. I'm hoping to create a nice contrasty colour on the tree in the foreground, whilst making the background a bit more subdued and faded. And most of my images are usually very high contrast, very high saturation, and trying to step away from that a bit and create something a little bit more subdued and a little bit more, I don't know, maybe pastel-y. So I'm going to set up for that. And then the next shot I want to get is in the woods that you can see over there. There's a nice little sort of avenue of trees, or at least there used to be. I'm hoping to get in there, and I'm hoping to get a bit of light just shining through it and get a nice shot of that. And I'm hoping to do the same effect using some moss in the foreground and have the background just a little bit more artistic. So I'm going to find the composition first of all here, if there is one, and then I'll talk you through it. Okay, so I've found myself a composition I'm happy with. It's involving this tree that's kind of on its own in the background here, and I've got the mountains just behind that. Now I'll just show you on the bit of video here. This is the composition I've got, although the video's cropped in slightly compared to the actual photograph, but you can see the trees making up the foreground interest. Got all this brown heather in the foreground as well, making up a little bit of texture, and then you've got the mountains in the background lit up nicely by the sun and a nice clear blue sky. Now ordinarily for me I would actually increase the saturation on that, make it a nice saturated image, and just use the light to actually paint the scene. What I'm going to do in this instance, I'm only going to keep the tree saturated in the foreground, but I'm going to try and mute down the rest of the scene just to see how it looks, try something different. And if it does work out any good, here it comes. So we've made it into the woods, as you can see, and we've got this beautiful avenue of trees here. Now, the first shot I've gone for is this one, where I'm looking down towards the avenue of trees, but I've got a rock in front of me, a nice mossy rock, just making up my foreground interest. I've got this nice dappled light coming through the trees, and I'm hoping that when I'm editing I can actually make something of that. I'm hoping to desaturate the background. It is going to be a focus stack, because I can't photograph on the rock in the foreground and the distance as well without blurring one or the other out. So I'm going to focus stack that and make a nice sharp image. I'm going to try and subdue the background a bit whilst making an emphasis of the rocks in the foreground. I'm hoping that will prove to be a nice image. It makes a nice woodland shot at the very least. I want to have a wander and see if there's any other shots to be had here. Although I'm a bit pressed for time at the moment because I've got an appointment to get to later today. But it is good to be in the woods. It's good to be out in the sun and some fresh air. Hopefully this shot will be some good. If it is, I'll put it up now for you. Unfortunately, that has brought a conclusion to my video. I have about 2 hours to get back, and then I've got to go for an appointment. So, sadly, I'm having to end this video here. Now, one thing I love about doing little walks like this, it's kind of a reset for my photography, because I get too caught up in making these videos sometimes, and I forget that the main reason I do photography is photography. And coming out to places like this and taking some photos, just randomly, no tripod, handheld, and just something that catches my eye, it reminds me why I got into photography in the first place, and that's just the sheer beauty of the world and the enjoyment of the process of taking and creating photos. Hopefully you've enjoyed coming on this little journey with me. It has been very much a test of the new drone, another new drone, this vlogging camera, and the wind muff I've now put on it, and just see how the new gear's shaping up. And the next video hopefully is going to be another car camp. I am hoping to head to the Peak District this time. It really all does depend on weather at this time of year, so we'll see what happens. But by then, hopefully, with a bit of luck, I'll have the Neo 2, and my daughter will be happy that she's got the Neo 1. So we'll see what happens there. In the meantime, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.